same. Swipe that page, get in the mood. Comic-Con energy, we're bringing the food. Fan culture rise and fandoms unite. Welcome to our party, it's gonna be tight.
You're watching Kicking It with Onrie, the live shopping show. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Kicking It with Onrie, the live shopping show. I am your host, Onrie Copeland, and it's great to be here with you guys on this TGIF. Thank God I have flash books for sale. All right, so for today's show, I have a new collection that has come in from stuff that I've picked from the warehouse, from North Shore Comics, my LCS, and Graham Cracker's Comics out in Downers Grove, Illinois. So I found some real winners. Everything that I'm going to showcase today is going to go for super cheap. $2 for all the books that are going to end up on the racks here, and $5 on every single graphic novel. No matter what it's priced at, it's going for $5. So as always, you spend $25 with me, and you spin the wheel, and you're going to win something at the end of the show. Now, if you spend $50 with me, and you get free shipping on your order, so long as you're located within the United States. And the deal is you got to spend $50 on that one show. So if you've been racking up a bill with me over the course of the week, not good enough. You got to spend $50 on this show alone in order to unlock free shipping on your overall order. We also have some incredible FOMO books for you guys today. Some really cool Bronze Age stuff that I had fun picking out for you guys. And let's get to it. All right, so first book we have is Green Arrow #1. This classic cover here done by Ed Hannigan is going to go for just $5 today. $5 for the first issue of Green Arrow done by Mike Grell, Ed Hannigan, and Dick Giordano. Solid first issue. $5 on this. And I'm going to say this is a very fine. I have this listed on the eBay store at $10. So I dropped it down in price in order to move it. At this point, I'm just trying to blow out as much stuff as I can. Next up, I have Vampirella Shadowhawk, Book 1. This is going to go for $5 as well. David Moore, what's up, brother? Vampirella Shadowhawk #1 is going to go for $5. Part of I think a 2-part series from Harris Publishing and Image Shadowline. And then next up, I got Strange Tales featuring The Thing, Doctor Strange, and Human Torch. Really cool acetate cover here. This is going to go for $5. Tori's telling me I got to play the David Moore video, so I guess I'm going to have to do it. David Moore! And he wouldn't have it any other way, Mr. Moore. You have fans here, more than I do. The next book we have here is Spider-Girl #50. Spider-Girl #50 is going to also go for just $5, milestone issue. I really like the concept of Spider-Girl. It's basically Peter Parker and Mary Jane in the universe where in the 90s, during the Clone Saga, it was revealed that Mary Jane was pregnant. But then she had the miscarriage, so that baby died in the main line. But in this universe, she actually was born, and she ended up inheriting her father's powers later in life and becomes Spider-Girl. It's kind of like a continuation on from the Clone Saga stuff. It's really, really good. And I've collected a lot of these issues here. And though she's not really like a mainstream character, like I don't see them doing anything with her, which is unfortunate because I really like a lot of the stuff they did with Spider-Girl. For an alternative Spider comic, she's got it. She is the Spider-Girl because they just reintroduced another Spider-Girl, but this is the Spider-Girl. Spider-Girl #50 is going to go for $5. So what does that make her now? Spider Lady? And I'm into this just so you guys know for $10. And I priced it at $15. This was also published in 2002. But I'm doing it for $5. It's just got to move at this point. Next up, I have Spawn #28. Greg Capullo's first issue working on Spawn. And this is going to go for just $10 today. $10 on Greg Capullo's first issue of Spawn. First illustration, first rendering. Spider-Man Unlimited #1, first appearance of Shriek. This is going to go for $15. $15 today for the first appearance of Shriek, and also the first part of Maximum Carnage, a 14-part miniseries that stretched across every single Spider title. This was the event when I was a kid. I absolutely loved Maximum Carnage. I had all 14 parts of it. It was going to go for $15. She is the OG Spider-Girl. Mayday Parker, the OG Spider-Girl. I have Amazing Spider-Man #406, first appearance of Lady Octopus. This is going to go for $8. $8 today on Amazing Spider-Man 406, first appearance of Lady Octopus. I remember when this book came out too. This was a pretty big deal. This book was like, whoa. Because Dr. Octopus had died a couple months prior. He was killed by Kane, who's another clone of Spider-Man. He eventually becomes the Scarlet Spider. But Kane ended up killing Dr. Octopus by giving him the mark of Cain. And so there was no one left to fill the shoes of Dr. Octopus. So they brought in Sewer Trainer, this character who was basically a friend to Ben Reilly. It was his daughter who becomes Lady Octopus. And so the Scarlet Spider and her have a relationship. It's really interesting stuff. The game was fun, but my brother had way too much fun beating me up. What do you mean? And Tom died, quote unquote? I have the New Mutants #6 is the first appearance of Shatterstar. And I'm going to do this for just $10 today. $10 for the first appearance of Shatterstar. He had a great cameo in Deadpool 2 when he flew into the into the blades of the chopper. That was funny. All right, let's see what Tom say. Oh yeah, they all come back. This is true. They all do come back. All these characters come back. Except for Uncle Ben. Uncle Ben hasn't come back yet. Neither have Thomas and Martha Wayne. You know, everybody else gets to come back, but those characters don't. They stay freaking dead. What's up, Phil? How you doing, man? All right. Oh yeah, the Maximum Carnage game. You know, I actually have that on this NES. I wish it got ported. I love Maximum Carnage. That was fun. The other one I really want to play is the Spider-Man arcade game. That one was a lot of fun. All right, next up I got Fantastic Four: Heroes Return #1, going for $5. $5 on Fantastic Four. And this is the Heroes Return by Scott Lobdell and Alan Davis. I'm actually reading a Wolverine story that was illustrated by Alan Davis. This guy he is such a great artist. I love Alan Davis's work. Yeah, that's true. Fair enough. And I guess they did bring back Uncle Ben too because of the Ultimate Universe stuff. But I mean, it's not the same, mainline characters, But yes, I guess to Tom's point, they all come back, and he's not wrong. They do. Batman led, and actually Martha Wayne came back too. If you read Absolute Batman, she's actually alive in that. So I guess all three of those characters were resurrected somehow. Everyone gets resurrected, except for us. All right, I have Batman Legends of the Dark Knight #1. This is the yellow variant cover. There was like a yellow, magenta, and blue version, and I think a black version too. This is going to go for $5 for the yellow, for Batman Legends of the Dark Knight #1. The first new solo Batman book since 1940, and it's a collector's special, $5. I should do that for $4. The Legends of the Dark Knight I'll do for $4. Star Wars X-Wing Rogue Squadron, The Phantom Affair #1 of 4. That's going to go for $4 as well. So we got 4 on this. Yeah, plus the normal cover. Was there a fourth one on this one? Was there a black one on it? And was the theme of it CMYK? Tom's knowledge of comics is really impressive to me. He knows a lot of stuff. And one time, I think probably a bunch of you guys were here for this. One time when Tom was in town for a comic convention, he was hanging out here, and while I was doing a live sale, and he was actually helping me out. And what was really great, and what I took from him, was just how knowledgeable he was of everything that he was talking about. It didn't matter when the comic came out. It didn't even matter his opinion of the comic. He was able to just give you facts about it, which I found really interesting. Yeah, it was all 4 colors, right? All right, next up I have Supergirl. Phil, by the way, how did your interview go? Did you have it today? I hope it went well. I have Supergirl #1 by Roger Stern and Butch Guice. Reign of Tomorrow. I'll do this for $4 for Supergirl #1. It's getting a movie soon. X-Men #1. This is the Rubicon edition. So here's what's cool. This is the difference between this X-Men one and all the other X-Men ones. Those other ones are just variants. But this one combines all the variants. So what happens is you can pull open the covers and you see all the images. So there were 3 variants for that, right? And this is all 3 of them on one book. And then when you open it up, you get this really cool photo image too. All done by Jim Lee. It's in great shape. And this is the time to get this book, because chances are when they do an X-Men movie, they're probably going to be adapting from the X-Men 92 stuff. So this is what kicked it all off. Chris Claremont and Jim Lee. And this is going to go for just $10 today for X-Men Rubicon edition #1. I have Ghost Rider #1 by Ed Brisson. I haven't read this series, but really cool first issue cover. This one's going to go for $5. $5. All right, up top, I'm doing something nutty. I got a bunch of lenticulars. Futures End lenticulars. And I'm going to do them all right now. I hope you're paying attention, for just $1. I was selling them at $3. I tried knocking them down to $2. Now we're doing them for $1. Let's move them. This is the time to do it. I have Batwoman #1. Actually, I have 2 copies of Batwoman #1. Earth 2. Superman. Infinity Man and the Forever People. Justice League United. Birds of Prey. Catwoman. And Aquaman. If you want them all with the duplicate, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. $9 with the duplicate, $8 without. In your claim, you can just say Futures End lenticulars or Futures End, and I will give you this entire stack. There's 8 comics here and the duplicate of the Batwoman, so you'd be getting 2 of those. They're going for $1 a pop right now. That's an insane deal on these. And why am I doing this? Because they just got to move. If they're not going to move at $3 a pop, I'm going to do them all. All right, Phil's taking them. Sweet. We got rid of them. Sometimes you gotta just say when in Rome. All right, I have Trinity #1, #2, and #3. This is Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman. A trilogy of the Trinity. And this was, I'm trying to see which, okay, this is the third one. Okay. So Trinity is going to go for, I'm into these for $5 a pop. So I'm into it for 15. At this point, I've been holding on to these for way too long, so I'll just do them for 15. I would have liked to have made some money. So I had a price of 20, but if it's not moving at 20, I'll do it at 15. So 15 for all of Trinity. Don Johnson, what is up, brother? And then I have the Defenders by David Anthony Kraft. I have issues 58, 59, and 60. I'm going to do all of them. I had them all at 30 before, and then I dropped the price down to 25 if you picked them up all together. Now I'm going to just drop it down to $15. So $15 gets you all of these. Why am I doing that? Because again, I gotta make way for the old. So I gotta make way for the new by moving the old. So $15. Don Johnson is busting drug dealers and buying comics. That's exactly right. He is always doing that. All right. So without further ado, I think it's time for us to start busting out those $5 trades. But before that, let me just put some other stuff up here real quick to fill up those other slots that I had up there. I have Batman 55, a Francesco Mattina variant. That's going to go for just $5. Okay, Trinity's off to Phil. Awesome. And then I have Contest of Champions from Marvel, number 1, number 2, and number 3. If you were to do all three of these books here, it's going to go for just $10. I'll do them all for $10. Get one more stack here. Captain America. Captain America books I'm trying to sell. I have Captain America, Sentinel of Liberty, number 1. Number 2, number 3, and number 4. That's a 4-part series. You can grab it all for just $12 today. I'm going to do it at 12. I originally had it at 15. I'll do it at 12 if we can get it sold. All right, now it is time. I am busting out $5 trades, so get ready. It's all new stuff. You haven't seen this stuff before. I'm doing a warehouse clear out. So warehouse blowout sale. So it's time for those $5 trade. I have a Far Side collection, last chapter and worse, going for $5. If you're a fan of the Far Side, the little comic strips, this is the book for you. It's all black and white. You can go for $5. I have Deadpool Institutionalized, $5. Deadpool What Happened in Vegas, that's going to go for $5. Okay, Batman 55 goes off to Don. Okay, Lorena. Which Deadpools did you want, Lorena? Did you want them both? I have Black Vortex, which is a Guardians of the Galaxy and X-Men crossover. That's going to go for $5. Okay, great. Okay, Black Vortex. Oh, yeah, we do have a dispute. Oh, boy. All right, so I see Deadpool. So the way I'm going to have to work this out is Lorena had first right of refusal on that because she did call Deadpool. So I didn't know which one she called. Since she said both trades, I feel like I should give that to her. Phil, let me know if you're okay with that. I might have another copy of the What Happened in Vegas. So let me check the warehouse. If not, I'll make it up to you on another book. Oh, thanks, Todd. Todd is a fellow creator. You guys may have seen him with me on like an interview show that we did once. So, yeah, we're going to have to bring in the lawyer now. Oh, boy. Tears are in Phil's eyes. We're going to have to bring in the Jay Burns. I have to air the Jay Burns commercial. Have you shopped with Onrie and not gotten your spin after spending $25? Were you promised free swag and never got it? Well, you may be entitled to compensation. Jay Burns Esquire is here to get the job done and lay the smackdown on Onrie.
Just call 1-800-HOT-BURN to feel the burn. Proof, as they say, is in the pudding. Here's what one of our clients had to say. Boy, are my lips chappy. I could really go for some chapstick right about now. If you got a problem and lots of money, call Jay.
Now, there you go. So if we got a problem, we gotta get Jay Burns involved. All right, I have Miss Marvel Last Days and Miss Marvel Generation Y. Both are gonna go for $5 a pop. $5 a pop. Let's move these. Secret Avengers, Volume 1 by Rick Remender, hardcover bound book, $5. The New Avengers by Bendis, Lionel Francis Yu, and Alex Maleev. This is going to go for $5. Justice League, Another Nail by Alan Davis and Mark Farmer, $5. The Avengers Celestial Quest, $5 on this. Fear Agent, Volume 1 by Rick Remender and Tony Moore, $5. The Silver Pyramid, Doc Savage, $5. Another Nail off David Moore. Eat those $5 trades, guys. This is all stuff that's been sitting in the warehouse. I've been trying to get more $5 trades because once I sell through, I got like maybe enough for one more show of $5 trades, and it's just going to be a smorgasbord of anything that hasn't sold. But after that, you guys ate through everything, which is great. You guys have really helped me out during the off season. I'm going to need to get a line in on new graphic novels. It was actually trades that got me started. I was able to buy my first collection after selling a bunch of graphic novels. Secret Avengers and Avengers. You got to get Jay involved, Phil. Secret Avengers and Avengers. Did you want New Avengers too, Lorena? Or did you just want the regular Avengers? Or did you want the New Avengers and not Avengers, the Celestial Quest? Let me know if you want to take them all. Justice League of America, the New 52 by Jeff Johns and David Finch, $5 on this. Justice League of America, Volume 2 by Matt Kent, $5. Graphic Classics, O. Henry, $5. And then Graphic Classics, Mark Twain, $5 on this. All right, awesome. Lorena is giving Phil the What Happened in Vegas graphic novel. Lorena, you're amazing. Thank you so much for doing that. Okay. So, Phil, I'm hooking you up with What Happened in Vegas. And Lorena, if I have another one of the What Happened in Vegas, I'll set it aside for you. Okay, JLA. Which JLA did you want, Phil? Did you want both of them or just one? You have first right of refusal on that. Okay, we got the Graphic Classics up here, O. Henry and Mark Twain. I see Chuck Pino in the house. Did I miss any Wolverine or X-Men trains? No, you did not. Not yet. I have some indie stuff here. I have Everborn, Prince of Arcadia, which is a book that was put out by a creator named Steven Johnson. He's based in New York. And he did this like really cool anime book, anime-styled book, manga-style book. And it's about a war between different factions of an army. It's like very fantasy-based. And he made a video game based on it. He did all kinds of stuff. Adam Skinner, now there's a face I haven't seen in a long time. So Everborn, Ariel's Adventure was a book he put out. He was selling these at like $20 a pop. You know, this has just been sitting in the warehouse for a very long time. I could try and sell it at $20, but I would rather just get it out there and give one of you guys a chance to be exposed to his work. It's really good stuff. You can get both these trades at $10. Both these trades at 10. I still have the Jay Bird song in my head. So Everborn, I highly recommend this, by the way. And I think I may have edited some of this. Did I edit this? No. Did not. Or did I? No. I remember I edited something for him. But whatever. It's right here. $10. I'm good, man. Jerry Springer. Skinner! That's funny. Chuck. Here's another one. Liberty Deception. This is another indie book. And it was put out by a dude named Travis Vengroff. And we met at C2E2 one year. And this is like another sci-fi book. So on a distant planet, lost to Earth, a group of defiant exiles must rise up against a corrupt military state. Join hero Tertullius Justice as he wakes to find himself in an execution chamber. Liberty is going for $5. I'm good, man. How are you? You still slinging? I have In the Beginning, the epic of the Anunnaki. This is going to go for $5. This is by my man Alex Teplish. He also made a graphic novel about his grandfather, who was also a Russian Jewish soldier during World War II. So we both had books about our grandfathers, which was cool. And this is going to go for $5, and it's got a little card on the back. So he did another thing. Now I have Katrina Hates Dead Shit. This is by Russell Nolte. That's also going to go for $5 right now. All right, let's see. Liberty got called by Phil. In the Beginning is off to David Ward. Awesome. Support the indies, guys. Someone grab that Everborn. Yes, sir. Grinding away. Well, prior to getting on the air today, I did some writing. I was working on Yisun Shin. I think this was the first time I actually started really focusing on it today since completing Warline 3. Oh man, it's snowing out by you, huh? It was supposed to snow up. Well, it kind of did snow up by us, but not. We didn't get too much snow. It wasn't like an influx. It wasn't too much. It wasn't like over snowing. But we got snow. I have Grit, Volume 1 from Scout. It's about a dude with an axe who goes around hunting ogres. This is going to go for $5. No problem, Phil. I got you, brother. He wants it counterclockwise. Gotcha. No problemo. I have the Overstreet Comic Book Price Guide, the 48th edition. This is going to go for $5. Now, here's something that's interesting about this. So the Overstreet Price Guide is what they use to price out comics, obviously. But and there's jokes about it on the floors of Comic-Con. They call it the Overpriced Street Guide. Now, obviously, everything here is kind of dated by the time it comes out because most of these books change in value based on news that comes out and different trends that take place. However, there's some really interesting articles in here about the industry. And one of them was written by Jesse James, who was the co-founder of the Comic Book Shopping Network. And he writes about live selling on here and live stream sales, which is interesting because, this is, the first time that they actually wrote about that. And now this is a thing. Now you guys are here and we're selling comics. So I find that interesting. This is going to go for $5 for the Overstreet Comic Book Price Guide, the 48th edition, number 48. And the Flash is on there. So now you know you want it. Old comics still valid. That's exactly right. All right, I have Fallen Angel to Serve in Heaven by Peter David and J.K. Woodward. This is going to go for $5. Interesting artwork in here. $5 on this. The Samurnauts, The Curse of the Dreadnoughts. I have one more copy of this. It's going to go for $5. Okay, it's off to Lorena. So here's the pitch for the Samurnauts. I love this. The Samurnauts, led by an immortal kung fu monkey, saving the universe from zombie cyborg space pirates. That's it. That's all you need to know. Dreadnoughts. Off to David Moore. And the Samurnauts is a sellout on Kickin It. Paul Jenkins Sidekick, signed by Paul Jenkins. This is going to go for $5. $5 on this. Lorena, let me see if I can find another Samurnauts for you. I'll look next time I'm at the warehouse. Thompson Heller, Detective Interstellar. This is going to go for $5. This is by my man Milton Lawson, and Dave Chisholm did the artwork on this. This is really cool. This is going to go for $5. Salmon nuts. Everybody likes a good pair of salmon nuts. You can suck on my salmon nuts. Thesis, Battling the Minotaur, a Greek myth by Jeff Lemke and John McCree, $5. Graphic Classics, I got The Man in the Iron Mask by Alexander Dumbass. See? This is go for $5. That was my favorite part of Shawshank Redemption. The Count of Monte Cristo by Alexander Dumbass. Journey to the Center of the Earth by Jules Verne, $5. The Hunchback of Notre Dame, $5. And then I thought I showed. Oh, looks like I have another O. Henry Graphic Classics. I have a book called Solar Flare. It's about a big, an EMP goes off. I don't know, is it a solar flare? Solar flare makes contact with the Earth, wiping out electricity and modern technology with one fatal blow. Now the main character must adapt to this new world, hoping to one day be reunited with his daughter, who was states away when the lights went out. So this is a pretty intense story. And it's also signed by the creator. It's going to go for $5. James Hake. Solar Flare Season 1, Fort Myers. Going to go for $5. I have DC Entertainment Essential Graphic Novels in Chronology from 2015. This looks like Dan Mora did the cover here. $5 on this. I have another book here called Zenodite Titan, The Fall Before the Rise. This is by Russell Allen. He's a comics creator. Well, he's a writer, but he worked with comic book artists to put illustrations inside his book, which is cool. This is going to go for just $5 right now. Okay. Fear Agent. Off to right now. Do 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 do. Boom boom. All right. I have Incorruptible by Mark Waid. This is going to go for $5. Chuck, you were asking about some X-Men. I have some X-Men right here coming up right now. Astonishing X-Men Monstrous. That's going to go for $5. Superior Iron Man Volume 2 is going to go for $5. It rhymes with lust, bust, trust, crust, thrust. Elon Musk. Too soon? All right, sorry about that. I had to do it. Had to go there. I don't care what your political opinions are. That was funny. Astonishing X-Men. Chuck is taking it. All right, I have another Astonishing X-Men, Chuck. Ghost Box. Let me know if you want to take that too. And then I have X Factor. Prisoner of Love by June Starlin. I have Journey to the Center of the Earth. That's going to go for $5. Do I have X-Men? Oh, yeah, I do. I have the Rubicon edition of the first one. I think Chuck has that. Thunderbolts, a Marvel Comics event, Civil War tie-in. That's going to go for $5. Okay, cool. All right, no problem. And then I have all new Ghost Rider Legend Volume 2. That's going to go for $5. And that is it for $5 trades today. The two X-Men's are gone to Chuck. Do. Actually, I started like working on the big crossover for Spawn and Bootman, but I don't know. I'm not really happy with what I came up with so far. The way I always think is if it doesn't make me laugh, then I doubt it's going to make you guys laugh. So I always like worry about that. So I was going to share something today, but I decided not to. I was like, and it sucks because I was working on it before we got on the air. Okay, Sidekicks and Solar Flare. You got two signed graphic novels, David Moore, at $5 a pop. This is all the trades that remain. Surprise no one's taking Katrina Hates Dead Shit by Russell Multy. This is a nifty little book here. How much would the apocalypse suck? Here's some of the artwork inside. Katrina will tell you it sucks a whole hell of a lot. After all, she's been living in it for over 2 years, between defending herself against roving monster hordes and eating disgusting scraps of rancid meat. It's enough to piss off even the most passive person. And Katrina is definitely not that. In fact, she's about the exact opposite, a raging bull of anger and fury. So what's a girl to do when she's fed up with her lot in life and itching for the apocalypse to end? Ride into hell and confront the devil so she can get some damn peace and quiet. If you like awesome comics where women ram stakes through demons, smash hammers across Hydra's mouths, and snap the necks of monsters with reckless abandon, pick up this book right now. If not, do it anyway. If Russell says it, then it must be true. But hey, you know, the whole women ramming stakes through demons, smashing hammers across Hydra mouths, and snapping the necks of monsters with reckless abandon. That sounds like all 12 years of my marriage. Happily single ladies, stay away from me. Get away. I'm taken by me. All right. Katrina Hates Dead Sheet is going to go for $5. And then I have Thesis Christ. Thesis Christ right here. $5. Theseus. Not Thesis. Thompson Heller is also another one I highly recommend. This is a really, really good book. So Thompson Heller is a private detective who travels the stars solving impossible cases steeped in moral intrigue. Along the way, Heller encounters an old friend accused of murder, religious zealots, android civil rights activists, an invisible river, and astrophysics eccentric warping the fabric of space-time, electro sword-wielding assassins, and vanishing traffic control staffers, all delivered through the crazy, whacked-out art of the brilliant Dave Chisholm. This is one wild ride, culminating in a visual symphony of madness that will leave you begging for a sequel. I like that. That's a good pitch. This is gonna go for $5. It's funny because it's true. Jab. I could jab on here. I'm perfectly comfortable with that. I'm far enough removed here. So $5 on Thompson Heller Detective Interstellar. And then you got some Peter David stuff here, Fallen Angels. So Peter David typically writes like, a lot of Marvel stuff. He's done he's done Spider-Man, he's done Hulk. He's done a lot of different things. So Fallen Angel, what's this about? Gliding through the streets of the fate-filled city of Bet Noir, the fallen angel has been a force for good and evil, but her origins have remained as mystery, cloaked as the angel herself until now. See the truth of her background unfold for the first time as the formidable opponent she's ever faced tracks her down with an offer that she may not be able to refuse, even though in accepting it, the life she knew may well be over. And it's put out by IDW. The special trade paperback collects IDW's first Fallen Angel miniseries, co-created and written by fan favorite writer Peter David, with painted art by J.K. Woodward. This edition also features a new introduction by Peter David and a spotlight on the artistic process used to bring the world of Bet Noir to life. And it's got a blurb by Harlan Ellison on the back. Having been selected as a spokesperson for virtually everyone in the known world, I am pleased to advise that we all greet the return of Peter David's excellent Fallen Angel with unalloyed rejoicing. Anyone dissenting is simply uncool. Harlan Ellison, spokesperson for everyone virtually. Hey, you can't say the guy didn't have a sense of humor. That's going to go for $5. $5 on this. And then don't forget, I still have the Everborn. And then I wanted to go over the Nanite book again. Xeno Nanite Titan. So here's the description of the book. And I have 5 of these, by the way, 5 copies of this book. So Raziel gets called back from leave and rushed to finish his project. An accident casts him off into the unknown, far away from home. Can he pull himself together and make it back home, or does his home even still exist? Will he conquer adversity or lay victim to it? Find out in the first book in this sterling new adventure. It's only a $25 book that I'm going to do for $5 right now. And that is everything that is still remaining on the $5 trades. Where'd everybody go? Is everybody watching on YouTube now? Or is everybody working now? Sorry, some like tape got stuck on the back of this. So I'm trying to peel it off. It's like a price tag sticker. I hate price tag stickers. They ruin everything. You should never go on the back of a book. But luckily I was able to get this one off without harming the book at all. There we go. The Nanite Titan. And it's got artwork in here by various creators and comics, which is cool. But it's a prose book. It's prose with illustration. And it's going for $5. And then there's the Man in the Iron Mask. Don't think this didn't have something to do with the creation of Doctor Doom. This is the sequel to the Three Musketeers. And it's by a guy named Alexander Dumbass. This is going to go for $5. You guys have any questions about any of the $5 trades that are still up there? Let me know. Looking to move as much of the stuff as I can. In about a few minutes here, I'll probably just take them down, and then I'm going to start moving on to the new stuff I got from North Shore Comics. I want to actually from North Shore and graham crackers. I want to wait till the top of the hour to hit that. Oh, shoot. And I also have a lower rack. Let's do Daredevil 193. Daredevil 193 going for just $3 today. What's up, Phil Pergusa? How you doing, dude? I'm doing $5 graphic novels right now. Guys, see anything you like? Let me know. Well, you know what? I guess I'll just start working on the new stuff. Might as well. Let's wait until the top of the hour. That's okay. I'll have stuff to keep you guys busy for a while. I have Doom Patrol number 45 going for $2 right now. We're doing $2 comics. This is all new stuff from North Shore Comics. I have the Max number 1, number 2, and number 20 going for $6. $6. I don't have any Superman trades right now, unfortunately, Phil, but I got Superman comics. I have a bunch of Superman comics. I have DC Comics presents Superman and Clark Kent number 50, number 56, number 66, and number 73 going for $8. $8 on these. $8 on the DC Comics presents. Swamp Thing. I have a bunch of Swamp Things here. I have a lot of Swamp Thing. This is a big Swamp Thing run here. I have number 116, 161, 163, 165, 166, 167, 168, 169, 170, and 171. This is all Mark Miller and what's his name? Phil Hester and Kurt Swan even did some of these too. Kurt Swan was a big Superman artist. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I'm going to do all 8 of these at 20. All 8 at 20 for the Swamp Things. $20 on the Swamp Thing. I have Wonder Woman number 109 by John Byrne. Number 110, she's fighting Sinestro. And then number 9, this is from George Perez's series. It's going to go for $6. All 3 for $6. I have Walt Disney's Comics and Stories number 549. That's going to go for $2. Or Swamp Thing. I have Swamp Thing number 68, number 69, number 70, number 71, number 72, number 73, number 74, and number 75. I'm going to do all of these. 2, 4, 6, 8. All 8 would be 16. I'll do them all for 15. I'll knock them off. Wonder Woman 9. So I'll keep doing 1. Philip Ragusa, hang on just a second. I might have some stuff for you here in a minute. Speaking of, I actually found more Doom Patrol. So we had Doom Patrol number 45. I have number 26, 27, 28, and 45. And if you grab all of these, it is going to go for $8. $8. So Philip Ragusa, I did find Superman Speeding Bullets by J.M. DeMatteis and Eduardo Barreto. This is going to go for $5. Let me know if you want to take it. I found one for you. I guess I'll put it over here. That somehow ended up in our $2 bin. Swamp Thing 142. Add that to our bigger pile over here. So now this pile is going to go for $22 for these Swamp Things. Indiana Jones, Thunder in the Orient, number 3 of 6 and number 4 of 6. So there's 3 of 6 and 4 of 6. You can get them both for $4. Iron Man number 3, Legacy number 673. This is a variant cover here from the Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection. It's going to go for just $2 right now. The Superboy Anniversary number 50. It's going to go for $2. And number 54, $2. Get them both for $4. $4 on these. Give Me Liberty. Number 4, Death and Taxes. $2. Sounds like the story of my life. So Philip Ragusa, did you see that Superman trade? Let me know if you want to get it. The Superman Speeding Bullets. This is it right here. It's an Elseworld Superman story. Going for $5. I'll see if you want that. Superman Speeding Bullets. Quantum Leap, number 1. Do you guys remember Quantum Leap? $2 on this. Friends of the Max, number 1. $2 on this. Judge Dredd, number 16. Number 17. Number 18. Number 19. And number 20. You get all these Judge Dredds for just $10. $10 to the Judge Dredds. $10. And Darth Vader number 2, $2. Daredevil number 301 and number 302. That's going to go for $4. Vader. Superman 675 is going to go for $2. I have The Walking Dead Deluxe number 97 and The Walking Dead number 97. This is just the regular Walking Dead. $2 on each. $2 on each for The Walking Deads. Guardians of the Galaxy number 18 is $2. Sandman number 54 by Neil Gaiman. $2. Get on the controversy bandwagon. What's with you? G.I. Joe number 2 is $2. Scarlet number 4 is $2. Miles Morales Spider-Man number 23 is $2. Captain America number 27 is $2. Oh, actually, we'll save this for the next batch. Give you guys a second here to make claims. Guys have any questions about anything, let me know. On the left rack, we have $5 trades. On the right rack, we have $2 comics. Let me know if you guys have any questions about anything that's up on the rack right now. We're going to go over it all in just a moment. In fact, I'm actually going to clear off this rack. We'll go over all the $5 trades one more time, and then we are going to move on to FOMO books. All right, I have the Overstreet Price Guide, 48 going for $5. Fallen Angel is going to go for $5. Doc Savage is $5. Journey to the Center of the Earth is $5. Katrina Hates Dead Shit is going to go for $5. Everborn, Ariel's Adventure, and Prince of Arcadia. These two are going to go for $10 together. Miss Marvel, Last Days, and Miss Marvel Generation Y. Get them both for just $5 a pop, so that's 10. Graphic Classics, So Henry. I have two of these going for $5. Graphic Classics featuring Mark Twain, that's $5. A Far Side Collection, Last Chapter and Worse. It's going to go for $5. Superior Iron Man Volume 2 is going to go for $5. Put these away. X Factor Special Prisoner of Love, that's going to go for $5. It rhymes with lust. It must be thrust. $5. Incorruptible Volume 2 is $5. Xeno Nanite Titan is going to go for $5. DC Entertainment Essential Graphic Novels is going to go for $5. Thunderbolts Civil War tie-in going for $5. The Hunchback of Notre Dame, $5 on this. Thompson Heller, Detective Interstellar, $5. Theseus Battling the Minotaur, that's $5. The Man in the Iron Mask, it's a beautiful hardcover bound book, guys, going for $5. Journey into the Center of the Earth by Jules Verne is $5. And then I have All New Ghost Rider Legend, that's going to go for $5 too. So these are all the $5 trades from today. Okie dokie. Move these over here real quick. It's the OCD in me. almost done, my friends. And then it's FOMO time. All right, it is officially FOMO time. So let's air the video.
It's FOMO time! Is that an acronym for me getting a chance to play the Flash again? Oh, that's what it means. It was a good Flash! No one wants to play Flash comics on Onrie Show because of me! And I can't buy comics either because I'm a big weenie!
Oh my God, like, shut up already.
All right, let's do this. We have some pretty rockin' FOMO books right now. What's up, Mel? How you doing, dude? All right, first book we have here is Hulk number 133. This is actually a Silver Age book. I have it priced at at just $15. It's in really good shape, by the way. $15. The Uncanny X-Men number 151. This is when Kitty Pryde leaves the X-Men. Had it priced at $10. Daredevil 185. I'm going to do this for $5. Howard the Duck number 8. Going to do that for $5. Iron Fist number 13. Had it priced at $15. I'll do it for $5. Star Wars number 26. Had this priced at $12. I'll do it for $5. The Flash 338. The fastest man alive is stalked by the most dangerous man alive. $5. And then I have King Size Special, The Amazing Spider-Man, featuring the first appearance of Shocker. Had that at $25. I'm going to just do it for $5 right now. Yeah, I'm taking a hit on it. Why? Because, it's got to move. It's got some old Hulk, old X-Men, old Daredevil, old Howard the Duck. King Size Spider-Man is called. David Moore. Onrie stacked it deep to sell it cheap. Way too cheap. That's exactly right. That's how you got to move it. If you're keeping the price too high, it's not going to go. And this stuff has been sitting around for too long. It's got to move. If it's still here at the end of the day, I have it's taking up space. So you got to do it cheap. And a lot of this stuff is worth more than what I'm selling it for. So there is meat on the bone for you. All right, let's get back to $2 books here. So I have Miles Morales Spider-Man number 23 going for $2. I have a key book here. Blood Hunt number 5 of 5. What makes this a key book? This is the issue where Dr. Doom becomes the Sorcerer Supreme. This is a big deal. So now, for the first time ever, he becomes Sorcerer Supreme. Doctor Strange has to give him the title in order to stop the events of Blood Hunt from getting out of control. And Dr. Doom, he said he makes a deal with Dr. Doom. He says, "Promise me you'll give it back. You'll only make you Sorcerer Supreme if you give it back." And Doom says, "I will give it back once I save the world." So Doom banishes Doctor Strange and says, I'm going to do it. And this leads into like the main event that's happening right now. Next week, they're releasing the first issue of One World Under Doom. So I'm telling you right now, this is a key book. It's going for $2. No one wants it. I will pull it off to the side and reprice it. I promise you guys. Even if I have to sit on it, I know that's a key book. $2 for Blunt Hunt number 5. I have Red Coat number 1 and number 2. That's going to go for $4. $4. Yeah, you always think about it when you get it early. Everybody always like thinks to themselves, you know, it's cheap. It's like whatever. But then once it goes up in value, it's like you're never going to find that book again at that price. All right, David Moore claims it because he's smart. He knows what's up. Flash Rebirth, number 4, number 5, and number 6. So one thing that Jeff Johns did very well was he brought back the Green Lantern. With Green Lantern Rebirth, we saw the return of Hal Jordan, and it was handled wonderfully by him and Ethan Van Sciver. So eventually they decided to do the same thing for the Flash with Barry Allen, because at that point, Barry Allen hadn't been the Flash for a long time. It was Wally West, his nephew. And so he had now, the success of the Green Lantern Rebirth naturally led to the return of Barry Allen. So this is pretty interesting stuff here. I know Flash, I make jokes here all the time, but this is some pretty cool stuff. This is going to go for $6. Jeff Johns is great. He is fantastic. Don't let my Flash jokes deter you from buying that book. They're just jokes. So shut up! Mel, are you guys coming out for C2E2 this year? And how's Mog doing? I have Predator versus Black Panther number 2 going for $2. More Neil Gaiman, Sandman Universe number 1 going for $2. Wonder how that ended up in the dollar bin. Strange number 3. This is a 6-part series written by J. Michael Straczynski. I think I've been reading this actually because I got the set recently. Okay, cool. So you're crashing with me then, right? For C2E2? Let me know. You guys have an open invitation. So we can always chat about it later. And I won't be offended if you guys. Yeah, of course. Hell yeah. Come over. I got you guys. You know I got you. All right. Strange number 3. This is a Marvel Knights story. It's going for there's 6 issues in the series. So going back to this. This is the issue I have to read now. I actually have another copy upstairs in my personal collection. So this is kind of like a retelling of Doctor Strange before the movie came out. This came out in like 2006. The movie didn't come out until 2019, but they had J. Michael Straczynski come in to sort of retell his story and modernize it a bit. And so it's sort of like Ultimate Doctor Strange. But it's interesting. I mean, it's a good story so far, and the artwork's great. I'm actually really enjoying the story a lot. So yeah, this came out in 2006, and they wanted to make a Doctor Strange movie. You could tell from reading this that this is the direction they wanted to go. And I would say there were some undertones of this that actually worked themselves into the actual film, but the film I think is more faithful to the original story. This is kind of like its own take on everything, and it's well done. It's well written. I mean, you can't go wrong with JMS. Awesome. And the boys in Bentley are looking forward to having you guys again. Especially Bentley. Bentley loves hanging out with Mel because Mel's always cooking in the kitchen. I have John Constantine at Hellblazer number 220 going for $2. The Dark Knight Returns, The Golden Child by Frank Miller and Raphael Grandpa. It's going to go for $2. My copy of this cost me $15. I just saw one the other day for $1 and I grabbed it. If this does not sell, I will reprice this at $5. Just letting you guys know. I'm happy to do it for 2 right now, just to move it. Don't say I don't ever give you guys deals. DC Comics presents Superman and Vixen, number 68. That's going for $2. This next book I'm going to show right now is important. I hope you're paying attention to it. So I recently read this Secret Wars series by Jonathan Hickman and Isad Rebek. This issue 0 is sort of like the prenup for the whole thing. It's an essential component of reading the entire series. You need this. And in order to understand what's really going on with it. Because it explains everything. The Future Foundation explains everything that's going on through Valerie Richards. And what's basically happening is there's a universe convergence. And the Illuminati and all these different groups are trying to like decide how they're going to respond. And all the pieces are being put into place for this massive battle between the Ultimate Universe and the Earth 616 universe. And where are they going to settle all this? Battle World. I really do think that this is going to play a major role in the Secret Wars film that comes out. It's going to be a universe convergence. So that way they can bring in characters from any universe that they want. They can do anything they want, essentially. Forever onward. Swamp Thing number 18, $2. Deadpool number 1, $2. Wolverine Revenge number 1. I have 2 copies of issue 1, and I have issue 2 for anybody who's interested. But each one's going to go for $2. And Batman Golden Child is off to David Moore. Nice pickup. Okay. Dude, yeah, totally. The Wolverine Revenge is amazing. Did you want to throw on issue 2 for an extra $2? I had it as a FOMO book. I was doing it for $3 last week, but I have an extra copy of the second one. Where is it? Yeah, here it is. And it's bagged and boarded, so I can bag and board the first one for you. Yeah, cool. Sweet. So now I have a second. I have the number 4, or sorry, another number 1 now. I highly recommend grabbing Wolverine Revenge. It's great, great series. It's a 5-issue series. They've released the first 4 already. It's good stuff. Wolverine Origins number 9. That's going to go for $2. West Coast Avengers number 4 is $2. The Dreaming number 1 from the Sandman universe, $2. No one wants to buy Neil Gaiman comics? I'm offended. What did Neil Gaiman ever do to you? Oh, I'm going to hell. I'm going to hell. All right. Moving on. I have Iron Man number 3 from Kieran Gillen. It's going to go for $2. Stray Dogs number 5 is $2. The Next Batman Future State number 4 is $2. Legion of Superheroes number 1 is $2. The Thanos Quest book 2 is $2. Green Lanterns number 28 is $2. Stray Dogs is a very, very popular series when it first came out. It's huge. People went nuts over that. Thanos. Nice. Okay, I'm going to show our FOMO books again. I have The Flash number 338 going for $5. Star Wars 26 is $5. Iron Fist 13 is $5. Howard the Duck 8 is $5. Daredevil 185 is $5. Uncanny X-Men 151, I'll do it for $5. and Hulk number 133. I'm going to keep this at 15. It's in really, really good shape. Squeal Gaiman. Squeal Gaiman. God, it's terrible. I would understand it. I was never really a big fan of his work. I have to be honest. I've never really been like, wowed by him. I mean, I don't like necessarily. I've honestly, I was more after I read that Calliope issue of Sandman. I think I was more interested in him at that point because I realized it was fascinating to read that story because he was telegraphing his behavior in that story, and it was the most real thing that I had ever read from him. There's a lot of stuff that I felt like he was being disingenuous about. One thing I really hate in general, and one thing I refuse to do as a writer, is pander. I don't like pandering. That's why I don't release like 500 books, is because I'm about telling a story that actually matters to me, something that like I want to put out there. And I never have like a target audience set in mind. I'm not like, I'm going to write this for this audience. Like, yeah, my books end up being for adults, but that's because I'm talking to an adult, or even sometimes kids. I will talk to kids, but most of the time I'm talking to adults, or people who can understand the stories that I feel I want to share. And the reason why I'm putting out those books is because I want them to exist, right? Now, there are a lot of writers out there who will write anything because this is what they do. They're writers, they're freelancers, they gotta pay the bills. This is what they do to pay the bills. So they have that different mindset. For me, it's more of an art. It's like it's taking the time to really tell the story the way that you feel it should be told. And I have to say, so before I got on the air, I spent about 2 hours today, actually, I'm going to say, working on Yisum Shin. And I don't think I was ready to write Yisum Shin a couple years ago. And not because of the mental state I was in, but also because of where I was as a writer. The things that I have managed to do now with this series have totally elevated some of from the ideas that I originally had for this issue. And I am so excited for Hunter and Destroyer 3. You guys are going to freaking love this book. And it's going to come out a lot quicker than you guys think, because Dexter can get 24 pages done a lot faster than he can get than you guys would think. He is a very fast worker, and he does really, really good stuff. And, like Warlion's a double-sized book. That's why it took us a year. But I really do think that we can get Hunter and Destroyer 3 out this year, and I'm really hopeful for that. So that's going to be the goal. We're going to try and get it done this year. All right. I have Nick Fury number 3 going for $2. The Punisher Armory number 5 is $2. 32 pages, no ads. Superman Man of Steel Annual number 5, $2. Superman Man of Tomorrow number 8, $2 on this. The Punisher number 8, Legacy number 236, going for $2. Amazing High Adventure number 4 is $2. King in Black, Wicked and Hulkling variant. This is going to go for $2. All right. Here's what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to go over all of the $2 comics from the left rack again, and then we'll build out another $2 rack. I have Indiana Jones, Thunder in the Orient, number 3 of 6, and number 4 of 6. That's going to go for $4. Daredevil, The Man Without Fear, number 301 and 302. That is going to go for $4. Judge Dredd, number 16, number 17, number 18, number 19, and number 20. That's going to go for $10. $10 on the Judge Dredds. Friends of Max, number 1 is $2. Quantum Leap, number 1 is $2. I wonder who he becomes in this one. Wow. Mark Jones is the illustrator. This is interesting. He's a girl. Comes back in time as a girl. I really liked Quantum Leap. Some good stuff in here. The artwork is really good. For $2, you can't go wrong. You guys remember Quantum Leap? It's about the dude who goes back in time, but he doesn't go back in time. He does time jumping. He ends up in different people's bodies. He basically has to correct the past by, helping people out. It's a really touching show. There have been some very emotional moments on that show that are fantastic. Guardians of the Galaxy number 18 is going to go for $2. Walking Dead number 97 and Walking Dead Deluxe number 97. Both are going to go for $2. Superman 675 is $2. Milestone issue. We got an Alex Ross cover here. Kurt Busiek storyline. G.I. Joe number 2 by Josh Williamson, $2. He never made it back, really? What ended up happening in the end? She had a girlfriend too, right? Or did it just never end? The Sandman number 54, Squeal Gaiman, $2. Scarlet number 4, $2. Captain America number 27, $2. Give Me Liberty, An American Dream, Death and Taxes, $2 on this. This is by Frank Miller. And I believe Dave Gibbons. Yeah, Dave Gibbons did this. Man, the artwork in here is sensational. Dave Gibbons, the guy who illustrated Watchmen. The very same. I never read any of the Gimme Liberty stuff. Gimme, 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 gimme. Superboy number 50 and number 54. That's going to go for $4. $4 on these. Wonder Woman 109 and 110. The pair is $4. Superman Speeding Bullets. This is going to be part of our $5 trades. That's going to go for $5. Add it to our $5 trade box. Got the song of Quantum Leap stuck in my head. Such a great show. DC Comics presents number 50, Superman and Clark Kent, Superman Power Girl, Superman and the Demon, and Superman and the Flash. That's all going to go for $8. And I don't know how everybody's passing this up. I have the Max number 1, number 2, and number 20 going for just $6 right now. The Max number 1 is normally a $5 book, just so you guys know. You can get it right now for just $2. Doom Patrol number 26, 27, 28, and 45. You get them all. It is just $8. Okay, Lewis wants Max 20. No problem. Iron Man number 3. This is issue number 673. That's $2. It's a special Marvel vs. Capcom fighting collection. This is the first time Iron Man uses his sword, by the way. It's a badass sword that he uses. Here it is. It's pretty cool. I've been enjoying this series. It's been more of like a Iron Man, Sorcerer Supreme type of thing, but it makes sense. Superman speeding bullets and the Superman Roscoe. Okay. Superman Roscoe. There you go, Lorena. I have some early Swamp Thing here. I got a lot of Swamp Things here. I'm surprised everybody's passing up on this, but I have Swamp Thing 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, and 73, and 74, and 75. Got a whole bunch of these Swamp Things here. Not Superman, Swamp Thing. So all these Swamp Things, there's 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, 6, 8, going for $15 as opposed to $16. Walt Disney Comics $5.49, $2 on this. And then I have another Swamp Thing stack here. Swamp Thing number 116, number 161, 163, 165, 166, 167, 168, 169, 170, 171, and 142. This stack here is going to go for 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. I'm going to do it all for $22. I'm going to stay at the $2 price point on this stack. Lots of Swampies here for you Swamp Thing fanatics out there. For all you Swampies. All right. Let's keep working here. Future State Justice League number 2 is $2. Wolverine number 6 and number 7 are going to go for $4. $4. The Incredible Hulk number 93. This is part of Planet Hulk Exiled Part 204. $2. Marvel Comics Presents number 172, $2. Doctor Strange, The Oath, number 1, $2. This is a pretty cool book by Brian K. Vaughan and Marcos Martin. It's another Doctor Strange mystery. It's really good. Daredevil, The Man Without Fear. This is a Dark Reign, The List tie-in, number 1, going for $2. Spider-Man 54, Web of Life. That's going for $2. Heroes Reborn, the Mark Bagley variant. We got Blade. Pretty wicked version of Blade here, going for $2. Ghost Rider 25, milestone issue, $2. Gen 13, number 2 is $2. Stealth Force number 1 is $2. Star Trek Deep Space Nine, number 10 and number 12. This pair is going to go for just $4. I have Fantastic Four, number 401, going for $2. Zombie Tales, the series, number 3 and number 6. And here's another version of number 6. All going to go for $6. Deathmate. I have the prologue. It's a cool foil. And the black. These are going to go for $2 a pop. Heresy, number 204 from Ape Entertainment. That's $2. Silver Surfer, number 8 is $2. The Patriot, number 7 from Wildstorm, is $2. Rumble, issue 2, is $2. The Omega Men, number 1, is going to go for $2. Warriors of Plasm, number 1, no collection is complete without this book, $2. The Mighty Thor, number 703, is $2. The Courier, number 3, is going to go for $2. Fool Killer, number 3, is $2. Okay. Now I'm going to take down this rack here and go over everything one more time. And then we'll build out another rack. We got about less than 30 minutes to go here. I want to thank everybody for tuning in today. This is the best show we've had all week, which is great because it's been kind of a slow week. The last 2 weeks have been kind of slow, in all honesty, and I know why. It's that time of year, but I appreciate you guys still showing up regardless. It really makes this is really all I have, and I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. I had a chance to do MegaCon this week. On Sunday, I got a notification from a creator that he had a free booth space. I could have done it for free, but he let me know on Sunday, and I got the boys back on Monday. This was too short notice, and I couldn't just leave the kids. I couldn't just be here for 2 days and leave the kids alone for the week. So I decided to take the hit, which sucks because I really could have used the money. It really would have been great if I could have gotten out to MegaCon this year. It would have been good for me money-wise, but I'd rather be here with you guys. So it sucks, but I've got plenty of conventions coming up. There will be plenty of opportunities for me to make up for it on the back end, and just kind of holding steady here. And I got to be here for the kids. The kids really needed me this week. There's a lot going on with them, and it's hard to just be like, all right, I haven't seen them in a week, and then they come home expecting to be with me for the week, but I tell them I got to go on a business trip without giving them any notice, and I would have had to leave on Wednesday, so I would have only had one night with them this week after not seeing them for a week, and that's just not enough. The kids needed me here, so the conventions will be here in the future. The kids are going to grow up, and they're going to go do their own great things in the future, so being here for them right now, I think was more important. It was a tough sacrifice, but I'm glad I made it. All right, I have John Constantine Hellblazer, number 220, going for $2. Yeah, I got to keep the morals right. Yeah, daddy first, salesman second. Somewhere lower on the totem pole, I'm a writer too. Yeah, it hurts, but yeah, it's the right choice. And believe me, it hurt. This week was just oh man, coming on here and Tuesday night, I think Lorena, we had like 13 people in the room, but like Lorena and Lewis were the only two people who like bought anything. And that's rough. But today you guys totally made up for it. We sold a lot of stuff, and I'm very happy with the results. So thank you for being here. I appreciate it. All right, let's keep going. I have Strange number 3 going for $2. Still have Wolverine, another copy of Wolverine Revenge number 1 going for $2. Swamp Thing 18 is $2. Deadpool number 1, $2. It's ripped up top, but normally it goes for $6. You can get it for $2 now. Yeah, but I mean, again, this was such a hard deal to pass up. I had a free booth. I mean, at the show, a 10 by 10 for free, and a place to crash too. So all I would have had to do is just ship my stuff out, which would have been frantic. I would have had to drop everything I was doing on Sunday, and I would have had to package up everything and ship it out right away on Monday morning. It would have been really stressful. So I'm glad I didn't do that, because what if everything didn't get there on time? Yeah, it's a Deadpool facsimile, Lewis. No, those booths are not cheap either. And that same person who offered me the booth offered me to crash with them at their Airbnb too. Like, I would have saved money, and I would have made a shit ton of money. The last time I did that show, I made it I had a huge haul from MegaCon the last time I did it. And unfortunately, I couldn't get in on my own. And until I do, I guess it's just going to be what it is. So next year I'll plan better. Next year I'll know to ask around a little bit and see if I can find space. Wolverine Origins number 9 is going to go for $2. Avengers West Coast Annual number 4 is going to go for $2. The Dreaming number 1 is $2. Iron Man number 3 is $2. Stray Dogs number 5, second printing, is $2. The Next Batman number 4 from Future State is $2. Pretty thick book. Legion of Superheroes number 1, Future State, $2. Nick Fury number 3, $2. The Punisher Armory number 5 is $2. Superman Man of Steel Annual number 5 is $2. Stray Dogs off to Superman Man of Tomorrow number 8 is $2. The Punisher number 8 is $2. Amazing High Adventure number 4 is $2. Green Lanterns 28 is $2. King in Black, Wiccan and Hulk number 1 variant. This is going to go for $2. Superman Annual is also off too. Sandman Universe number 1 is $2. Predator Black Panther number 2 is $2. Flash Rebirth number 4, 5, and 6 is $6. And then I have Miles Morales Spider-Man number 23 going for $2. I actually need to get caught up on that Miles Morales Spidey series. Okay, now, Dreaming got claimed? Okay. Lorena wants herself some Neil Gaiman. She's going to put it right next to her Hitler book. So terrible. Got it. Yeah, it's Jay Lee on the cover. It's not Neil Gaiman didn't even work on it. It's actually just set in his world. All right, I have Batman and Robin number 11 going for $2. Stray Bullets number 41 is $2. Transhuman number 3 is $2. Johnson Stroman Tribe number 1 going for $2. Ultimate Comics Wolverine number 2. I have 2 copies of this going for $2. Mage number 6. Never had much Mage. 6 and 7 going for $4. Batman and Robin. Arena. Lark's Killer from Devil's Due. Number 1 is going to go for $2. Number 2 is $2. Number 3 is $2. Get them all for 6. 6 of this. Uncanny X-Men 319, 324, 326. That's going to go for $6. Dark Hawk number 10 is $2. Space Knights number 1 is $2. X-Force 28, 30, 33, and 43, and 47. It's got Deadpool on the cover. 48, 49. It's 2, 4, 6, 7, all 7 for $14. Dark Hawk. Adventures of Superman 498, 500, and 501. What's really strange about this is I thought he came back to life in this. And Adventures of Superman 501 was where they did the Reign of the Superman stuff. This is weird. I haven't read those books, so I got to go back and read them. And then there's Adventures of Superman number 522. Action Comics 796 is $2. Exo Man of War Barbarian number 22. That's going to go for $2. Comics. Oh, Green is the debut of the 4. Oh, okay. All right. I haven't read it, or I've read it, but I read The Reign of the Superman. I have to go back and reread all that stuff. I'm trying to track it down right now. The only one I'm missing now is the Action Comics one where the what's his name? The Eradicator shows up. I need the Eradicator issue. I have Lab Raider number 1 going for $2. True Believers Rebirth of Thanos, that's $2. Black Panther number 40, $2. Iron Cat number 2 and number 4, that's going to go for $4. Action Comics 588 is $2. Justice League versus the Legion of Superheroes number, doesn't even say what number it is. I guess number 1, I guess, $2. Spider-Man House of M number 1, number 2, number 3, and number 4. You're just missing issue 5. It's going to go for $8. Ghost Rider, Wolverine, Punisher, Hearts of Darkness. That's $2. Legion of Superheroes, number 278, 284, 285, and 294. That's going to go for $8 for this run. $8. Superman Adventures, number 24 is $2. Air Raiders, The Power is in the Air, number 1 is $2. I have an Amazing Spider-Man bundle, ASM 540, 558, 561, number 609, and the giant size King's Ransom. That's going to go for $10 on all these Spidey books. 5 Spidey books at $10. Catwoman number 5 and Catwoman number 6. Get them both for just $4. Feel free to make any claims right now on the double rack. We got about 11 minutes to go before we end today's show. Once again, thank you guys so much for tuning in today. It's been a good show. Definitely makes up for the last couple tough ones that we had. And in a moment here, I'm going to go over all the lower rack books one more time. See if we can move some of this stuff. Okay, here are your FOMO books again for today. I have The Flash 338 going for $5. Star Wars 26 is $5. Iron Fist 13 is $5. Howard the Duck 8 is $5. Daredevil 185 is $5. The Uncanny X-Men number 151 is $5. And Hulk 133 is $15. Okay. Howard Clay. Lewis. Green Arrow number 1 is 5. Vampirella Shadowhawk book 1 is 5. Strange Tales featuring Thing, Doctor Strange, and Human Torch is 5. Spider-Girl number 50 is 5. Spawn 28 is 5. Spider-Man Unlimited number 1 is going to go for 15. This is the first appearance of Shriek. Amazing Spider-Man 406, the new Dr. Octopus, shows up here. That's 5. New Mutants number 6, first appearance of Shatterstar. This is annual, and it's going to go for just $8. Fantastic Four number 1 is going to go for $4. Heroes Reborn. Star Wars X-Wing Rogue Squadron, The Phantom Affair number 104 is 4. Supergirl number 1 is 4. X-Men, the Rubicon edition. I will actually do this for $5 if anybody wants it. $5 right now. Ghost Rider number 1 is going to go for 5. Daredevil 193 is going to go for $4. For anyone who wants it. I'll be right there, guys. Hang on. Okay, we got about 5 minutes left. I have Defenders number 58, 59, and 60 going for $15. Captain America Sentinel of Liberty number 1, The Adventures of Captain America number 2, number 3, and number 4. That's going to go for $12. Marvel Superhero Contest of Champions number 1, number 2, and number 3. That's going to go for $10. So $10 on this set. You guys can always message me after hours if you're interested. I will work with you guys. It's easy my job. All right. So with that said, I think it's time for us to spin the wheel of skid bark. We're going to do that in just a second here. So unless anybody's got any other claims here. So we got Lorena, Phil, and David Moore all have spins today. All right. I think it's time to go. Let's do it.
It's time to spin the wheel of skid ball.
All right. So I am first going to spin for Phil, who wanted a counterclockwise spin. Phil gets a free DC book. I'm going to hook him up with, let's see, I'm going to hook Phil up with the Omega Men #1. That's going to go to Phil. Now for Lorena. Lorena gets a $2 comic. She's getting the Courier. It goes to you, Lorena. And finally to David Moore. David Moore gets a $2 comic. I'm going to hook David Moore up with Stealth Force #1. That is off to David Moore. All right, guys, I want to thank you all for tuning in today. I really appreciate it. You guys are fantastic. We had a great show. I'll be back on the air next week on Tuesday. Not sure what other days will be on next week. Definitely Wednesday. We'll do our Wednesday afternoon show. As far as the third show goes, I think it'll probably be Thursday afternoon next week. So kind of jumping all over the place, I know, but this is just how it's going to go for a little bit. So trying to find where that third show can work best. So, all right, I will see you guys on Tuesday evening, 7 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Mountain Time, 9 p.m. Central, 10 p.m. Eastern on The Experience. And I will have new books for you guys. We'll go through some of this stuff again. And I look forward to seeing you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I had a great show, great outing, good week, good end to the week. Thank you so much for tuning in. You guys are fantastic. Have a good one. Take care.